This is Not Quite Dead, Episode 24, The Apostate.
Left, just there.
Where?
That gap in the trees.
What, down there?
Oui, did I speak in French or something? Just go.
It's not a road.
It was once.
We can't just drive across woodland because there was a road there once. That's not how it works.
Worried about there being traffic laws in the middle of fucking nowhere. What is the matter with you?
No, just, is it even going to be possible to drive through there? For real? How long has it been since...
Just go. There will be a route.
Alright, fine. This isn't... I don't think we can go down here.
There was a track before. It has been a while.
How long is a while?
80 years, give or take. I don't know that. Casper and his friends kept the road very clear even then.
Right, so that's just nearly 100 years then. Mate, do you know how fast trees grow?
You call me mate.
Yeah, I just... Never mind.
Stop here.
What? But...
Stop.
Jesus!
Yeah.
You know, when I'm driving, if you yell, I assume something is going very wrong.
Why? You have eyes, senses, yes? You know it is fine.
Well, yeah, but...
But what? Always you are saying, Neige, Neige, I am not a child. Do not call me mon petit. And then you act like you're a newborn infant, blind and defenseless.
Hey, that's a bit...
How in the name of fuck am I supposed to take you seriously if you do not take yourself seriously, eh?
Well, I do.
Boff.
Sorry, boff.
Oui, it means, let me, like air or whatever. Like, you need to stop thinking so hard about these things and just get out of the fucking car.
Neige. Fucking idiot ancient vampire fuck with his stupid face and his hair. Right. Okay.
What is wrong with my hair?
Nothing. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Why? You know I did.
Yeah, but you know what? Never mind.
Boff.
Sure. Boff.
Come on then.
Where are we going?
To an house.
Out here. Are you sure? Doesn't look like...
It's been down in the, I want to say, 1910? But maybe a little before. Maybe not. Maybe a little after.
Oh, great. So it's not a house. It's the ruins of a house.
Yes.
Can we stay in a hotel or something after? I miss running water.
We will fix the water at home. This trip will also help with some of our, you say, flow of cash issues. Was that the wrong phrase?
No. Just weird to call it home.
We do not have to.
No, it's fine.
In my experience, home is wherever you feel safe. Sometimes it is a place, an house. Sometimes it is a person. Sometimes it is a way of thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. A fence that says keep out. Perfect.
Are you coming?
Yeah, sure. Why not at this point, you know?
Okay, you want to...
No, I'm fine. Let's go.
Oui. Good. Bats.
Yeah.
We are not far off. They've come from the house. I think they live in the ruins.
When did you last visit?
1890 or so.
So how do you know about the bats?
That's the direction they came from. Can't you smell that?
What? No.
You can. Breathe. Do you smell it?
What? The forest.
The forest. Come on, breathe in. What do you smell?
Jesus. I don't know, Neige. Stuff?
Stuff? Puh, what is stuff? Come on, put in a little bit of effort. Pretend to give a shit at least.
I don't know how to smell what direction bats came from. How the hell would I know how to do that?
You are overthinking it.
How can I be...
Shh. Close your eyes and breathe in deep. Just let it come. You see? You found a trail, no?
No, not really. But I don't know where the house is, so maybe that's...
No, see, breathe deep again. Tell me what you smell.
Well, I can smell the trees, the dirt, hot metal, the car.
Oui. And?
The bats, I guess. They're heading, not towards the car, sort of past there, arcing nearby, towards the road we came off. The fields, I think. And there's something else. It's almost metallic, but not quite. Like damp earth, almost. And a gas leak. And plants on a summer's day. What is that?
It's about to rain.
You can smell when it's about to rain.
So can you, Marmalade.
I can. That's... Huh.
What else do you smell?
Something like dirt, but not dirt. It's coal.
Close. Old burned wood. That is the remains of the house.
There's other smells around there. Wood, but not trees. Rot, like rotting wood.
Well done.
I smell you, too. You're like a bright flame, but a cold flame. Like a flame caught in a shard of ice, like...
Okay, Marmalade, that is enough.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure is the ruins of a house.
Let me just... Yeah. Alfie, come on.
Wait,
What is it?
the bugs. I knew there were a lot of insects, but there are thousands of them. Millions. More than there are people alive, I think.
Yes. And more in this forest than there are humans that have ever lived. It is raining. They are running for cover. Now, come on, or we will be soaked through. The stairs have mostly gone. Jump down, it is safe.
Okay.
There is an old hurricane lamp around here somewhere. Et voila!
What is this place?
Well, when I bought the place, it was mostly a gold store, but also the lord who lived here. There are some holding cells and the old criminals down here, you know, until the law could get to them. It was a different time, no?
Those bars down there. That's what that is.
Oui.
And the chains?
Ah, no. Those Casper installed himself. What do you smell?
Old books. Damp. Moss. Stone. Rust. Something else too. I kind of recognise it, but I don't know from where. And there's blood. Lots of layers of blood. But it's old. Very old. Human and vampire and is that them? Those things.
The half-maids, as you call them.
Casper. He wouldn't.
No. He wouldn't. He brought them here to hold them and observe. Eventually he would put them out of their... Well, is it a mystery if they have no perception of their own existence?
They don't?
Not as far as Casper could see. Of course, we did not have these fancy machines you have now, you know. Perhaps there was some spark of life in the brain, but Casper found one who had lost the back of his head. Only the very center of the brain remained intact, and still it behaved the same as the ones who we saw who were entirely uninjured.
The brainstem. That's the bit they need. Like, rotten books.
Not all of them are rotten, see? Ah, my. I thought all of these would have been lost in the fire.
Oh, that's...
Moi, nu, bitter and tooth. I did love that robe. It was velvet. Now that would have been lost in the fire. Even if it hadn't been, velvet does not age well, tragically.
I didn't know he could draw.
He was an architect, of course he could draw.
but that's houses and shit, not...
Not erotic portraiture. Some skills are transferable.
Clearly. What's the difference between a house and a dick? After all,
Shut up a bit.
it's beautiful. No, I mean the drawing.
Whatever you say. Yes, moving on. Let's see. Et voilà. This was what I was talking about. These are some of his études d'anatomie, how would you say?
Anatomy studies. This is a dissection. These drawings are immaculate. How many of these...
This one, his name was Charlie.
Charlie?
Oui, he lived some towns away. Casper, he had a friend, you see. It was part of the experimentation that was happening at the turn of the last century, you know. A medical pioneer.
A human or a vampire?
A vampire. I never met him. That was why I had to come to check.
So who was Charlie then?
He had consumption.
Tuberculosis. Yeah, I can see it in these drawings. They really are exceptionally detailed.
Casper and his friend met with him whilst he was alive. He agreed to let them study his remains on one condition.
What was the condition?
You see these marks here?
Bite marks. Charlie's condition was that he wanted to be bitten?
No. His condition was that Casper would kill him.
What the fuck? Why?
It was faster, painless, and, well, erotic. That was the other thing. The books have not fared well, but let me see. Excellent. All of them are still intact. Incredible. Look at this, mon ami. Du bouteille de champagne. Perrier jouet, mon colère. You know, last year I heard at an auction some idiot was selling 1825 vintage for 10,000 euros. Sacré bleu. This is 1812, oui. I know some people in Paris, they would buy this 50,000 euros. Aucun problème, what? Mon colère.
The smell before, one I didn't recognise. It was formaldehyde. Durobus diobus postumus. What does that mean?
Due after death. That is how he marks the specimens, by how many days after death he had preserved them.
Right. And these dark jars, is that...
Your blood?
Casper. Oh my fuck.
He found the blood a better preservative.
Oh, it's his blood. It's him, that's his blood.
The blood is his, yes. Breathe, mon ami, breathe. What else do you smell?
Casper. Casper and a human. This is a heart.
Oui.
God. It looks like it might have been cut out this morning.
It was a good preservative.
Yeah. It really is incredible.
I would trust you to say that. I throw an 100-year-old art on the ground and you say it is incredible. I see what I saw in you.
Oh yeah? What was that?
A memory of himself. When he still cared about things.
You mean he wasn't always the way he was?
Miserable. Oh no, he was. But there was always something bright about him when he was working on this. Using blood as a preservative fed into his theory that we are not alive in a traditional sense. That we were corpses, piloted by something suspended in our blood. This was before the birth of virology. His work in this basement was pioneering, but he shared it with hardly anyone.
Why?
Casper suspected it was a form of bacteria that could pilot a corpse. He studied the half-made most closely of all. He brought many of them here. He kept them in there.
The house burned down in the 1890s.
No. 1910. 1890s was when I last came here.
Did Casper set the fire?
He never told me, so I do not know for certain. But I suspect so. Yes.
Wait, what are you...
Tastes almost fresh. I had my doubts, but he was right. Sealed in airtight vessels, the blood never sours. Incredible.
Wait, what are you... Neige... He's on your mouth.
Désolé. Do you want...
No, I don't want to.
It is just instinct. No shame, Morale, just instinct. Act on it or don't. No judgment either way.
It had some stranger's heart in it for like 100 fucking years.
Charlie's heart. No stranger. It was given willingly.
Yeah, but no, I'm not lapping his blood off the floor. No, thank you.
Nobody said anything about lapping it off the ground like a dog, mon frère. You could taste it as I did, but if you want to lap, lap. Do not feel shame for your desires.
I don't want to.
Okay, bien. Hush, it is all right.
So much of his blood.
Ah, it has been here a long time, and it did not hurt him to give this. I was here when he filled this one. See, smell, see? It is old. It is very old. Breathe it. You see?
Yeah, it's almost dusty.
Oui, that's it. And you see the way the jar was sealed? Wax and animal fat.
Yeah.
Okay, bien, come on.
How many of these are there?
I don't know. I never asked how many.
But you visited him here?
Yes. It was a grand place, beautiful in the right light, though Caspar did not care for it well. He would have preferred a more modish residence, I think. Only he needed the basement space.
So that's why he bought this place?
Oh, he didn't. I did.
You? Why?
He needed somewhere to live. He was a lost lamb back then. I thought it would be good to get him out of mainland Europe. I've never been a fan of the States, especially not back then. I hate travelling by boat, and it is simply too far to swim.
I'll say.
Oui.
So he kept half-maids here?
He did not make them, if that's what you are fretting about.
Where did he get them from?
I have connections. I made it known that if vampires should come across an half-maid or make one by accident, then we would take it for them, if it could be contained. If not, then...
Caspar Novotny, Vampire Avenger.
Oui, something like that.
So it wasn't all that mysterious why people came to him for help. Why it was him they reached out to when things were going wrong in York. He wasn't just the guy you went to when you had a problem. It was the half-mates. He was the guy you went to when you had this problem, specifically. And it's because of you.
Not because of me. I was trying to help.
Yeah, you seem to do a lot of that. Emphasis on trying. Why didn't he tell me about you, Neige?
I don't know.
What are you hiding from me? Don't look like that. I'm not stupid. I can tell there's things you're keeping from me.
What do you want me to say?
The truth.
Which part of it? I've been alive a long time. The truth has grown what can be contained in a conversation.
You're so full of shit.
Oh, is that what I'm full of?
When did you meet Cass?
Why does it matter?
It just does, okay?
It won't explain why he kept me from you. What relevance would I have had in your relationship, eh? What would it have meant?
It's not just you, it's this. All this. You didn't tell me about any of it.
He was trying to protect you.
Yeah, but in the end, I was dying anyway. All those days he sat with me and he was so fucking miserable about the fact that he was going to have to turn me. And he was so stressed about what was happening in York. He was so distant. I needed him there and he wasn't there. At first emotionally, but then just actually, literally gone. All I felt was that need for him to be there and he just left. And I didn't know him at all.
It was a complicated thing.
So? I knew he was complicated. I knew he was a vampire and I understood that meant he was different. Obviously there's a lot I just didn't get, but there was a lot that I did. I was consenting to be turned myself. Informed fucking consent. He knew more than he let on about being a vampire and what it meant. He acted like there was this terrible weight to what was happening, and I thought there was no way for him to articulate it, but this stuff he could have told me about. Sure, there are some things you can't learn. You can only live them, but this he could have told me.
But he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. That was not who he was.
Why?
It just wasn't.
When did you meet him?
If you ask Caspar, he would tell you it was summer. I had got news that a young vampire I had met almost 100 years before was trying to start a revolution. Revolution was very much in the air at the time. France had been having revolutions approximately every 5 minutes for a century, it seemed to me. In the east, Russia seems ripe to burst, but it would not for almost 50 years. A blink for me, but slow for humans, as you reminded me the other day. Time does seem so much slower when your life has only been so short as yours. Each moment makes up a greater percentage of your existence, I suppose.
50 years before the Russian Revolution. So, what, sometime in the 1870s?
1873, the year the Spanish Republic was born, and Tchaikovsky's The Tempest debuted. If you ask Casper, he would tell you we met at a bar in Berlin in 1873.
Right. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
He had just killed his maker and abandoned his siblings. That is what he would tell you was when we met.
I'm not asking Casper how you met. I'm asking you, Neige.
Fine. 3 months before Antoinette came to Praha, I was passing through. I went to a bar. I saw a boy. A pretty boy, a smart boy. He was talking. He was lovely. It was interesting. At the end of the night, we walked out together. I leaned close, you know, the way you have seen me do. I kissed him. I drank from him. I left.
He was human. You met him when he was human.
He did not remember it. I did not see him again until after he had killed Antoinette.
Jesus.
It was strange. That was how she was choosing them, in that she was not choosing them, the members of her little family. I was.
What do you...
She would smell my bite in her blood. She tracked them down. She bit them. She raised them wrong.
Fuck. Oh my God, you're the reason. You're the reason Cass was turned.
I drank from thousands of humans, Marcella. She did not turn them all.
But did Casper know?
Oui.
Is that why he left you? Because you told him?
He didn't leave. I left. I sought him out deliberately when I heard what he had done to Antoinette. It took months to find him, which back then was pretty fast. I followed him a little while. I watched him from a distance. He was trying not to kill, but he was making an ass of it. I didn't want to step in and commandeer him, but then one night I saw him with this girl. They were speaking together, laughing as though we were human, as though they had made a real connection. Then, in the night, he killed her by accident. It was awful to see how it destroyed him. So I decided we should speak. I didn't intend to take him as a companion, and at first we were not like that. It was not like that. We spoke as friends and parted ways at the end of the night. Over the next few years, though, Casper began to garner a reputation which fascinated me. Twice he had joined vampires far older than himself to put a stop to what he perceived as an injustice. It seemed in him was a real spirit of what Antoinette had claimed to strive for, a revolution amongst vampires, but not one that swayed to the whims of human politics, but might have a chance at reshaping our old way of life, the old structure by which we interacted with the human world. A chance to raise vampires from darkness and squalor and prove that we were just creatures the same as any other. The allure of his ideals was incredible to me. In my long years I had only been so inspired on very few occasions. The next time we met was... well, it was far more passionate, shall we say.
But you didn't stay together.
You already know this.
Yeah, but why?
I've explained this already, too.
No, you haven't.
I have. You loved me. I loved him. So it ended.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't it? You did meet him, didn't you?
Yeah, but he didn't...
He left. To save you.
Is that what he... Neige, what actually happened between you two?
This place, mon cœur. It is more than just his laboratory. It was his sanctuary and his prison. Every one of those poor things he held captive in that cell. He saw himself in them.
But he was nothing like them.
Not to you and I, no. He wasn't. But to himself, based on his studies, the thing that differentiated us was the blood. In them, they half-made, it didn't take. In us, it did. That was the only reason that they decayed and we did not.
But they're mindless. They don't think.
A vampire caught on the tides of the drive will also not think. You did not think when you killed that man.
But I should have.
Yes. But the point at which you should have thought was so as not to give me your blood beforehand. I am an ancient vampire. I can live on very little. This is why it is safe for me to feed you, ravenous little beastie that you have been. When you are new, the hunger is so raw. I do not remember it, not truly, but I have seen it in the eyes of many other new-made vampires. I know it hurts. I'm sorry for the pain.
That's
Désolé. I did not think of this when I broke the glass. You have not fed since last week. You must be in agony.
It's not so bad.
Liar.
Is there where we can... I think I need...
Oui, there is somewhere close by. We have some hours until the sunrise. There will be people we can use. What?
Use,
Better than killing them.
I guess.
Let's go, mon frère.
Yeah, Can I have a moment by myself?
Yes, of course.
Casper, I'm so sorry. We're going to come and find you, okay? You're so wrong about yourself, you know? You're not a bad thing. You're not. I do. I wonder. The taste. Now I'm a vampire. I wonder. Different to before. So different from Neige, but I can taste. Like the ghost of the flavour of him in all the honey and the warmth of Casper, a thin note of Neige's icy winter breeze. Like a cracked window in a sauna. He drank Neige's blood not long before he preserved this heart. I think that's what it means. Do I taste like him? Like Neige, because I drink from him? Or like Cas, because he was the one who turned me? Anyone who bit me would know I tasted both of them. Fuck, that's so hot though. Jesus Christ, why is that where my head... What is wrong with me?
We should go.
Neige, don't even...
I did not hear it. Let's go.
Not Quite Dead is written, edited, produced and performed by Ava Major under a Creative Commons 4.0 attribution license. To support the show and get early access to new episodes, go to patreon.com/Hanging Studios. Live, laugh, bite.